How many times have you scrolled on social media and other than funny memes and brain rot, saw someone that is better than you, miles ahead of you in every way possible? They're ripped, disciplined, and ultra productive. And you end up feeling ashamed of yourself, even if you have the most decent life ever. Part 1. The 1% showing off phenomenon. I like to call this problem the 1% showing off phenomenon because it's very easy to post the 1% highlight of your life, achievements, and hard earned success, and have that considered the 99% of your daily life. So you, with your 99% real life, compare that to those 1% highlight reels. And that's exactly why you feel so frustrated. You think that's what they're always doing, they're always having success. But in reality, they don't always show you the hard work, the years spent grinding to get to that point. And it's not just influencers doing crazy morning routines, waking up at 3, doing 3 workouts, taking whole showers and running 10 businesses. It's to pretend they have that success because that's what gets promoted on social media. Now, comparing yourself with others is nothing new. It's one of the oldest human instincts to have ever existed. Think back to when we were cavemen. You were in a tribe of a few dozen people just like you. And if you were at the bottom, you were despised, excluded, or just very weak, you risked being left out, rejected, or even killed by your own tribe. So your brain evolved to analyze your social situation. Where do I stand? However, with social media, you don't just compare yourself from a few dozen people to 200. You compare yourself with the entire world. And of course, in the entire world, there'll be millions of outliers. 2.1% of the total population. Social media so much, you end up thinking that everyone is better than you. However, in reality, most people are average. Some people are above you, but you also have some people below you. So it's not that bad actually, right? Ironically, by spending less time on social media, you actually climb the social ladder because you stop wasting time watching those clips of people flexing their success on you and actually improve yourself. Another truth about this success flexing is that many people exaggerate or just straight up pretend they got that success. Just how many gurus pretend they have this key to success in life when in reality their parents gave them all the money and funded everything. Even worse, they made all the money, all the millions through expensive self-improvement or business online courses they sold you. I also remember a kid in 7th grade who would come to school fully dressed in designer clothes, wiggle a few hundred blocks across the classroom, and everyone thought he was rich, when in reality his parents were broke, like really down bad broke. They barely had the money to pay for their apartment. This is pretty much how toxic social media gets. You compare yourself with these imaginary people you don't even know and think that everyone is better than you. Worst of all, they may be 5 to 10% better and pretend that they're 1,000 times percent better. And they profit off your attention while you spiral. Part 2. My story. This kind of content is specifically designed towards average people because they get hooked very easily. Personally, I didn't care that much about self-improvement when I was a kid, but puberty smacked me in the face, and now I felt I had to do everything perfectly. Get shredded, run 10 miles every day, wake up at 5 am, start a dropshipping business and make $1 million a day. And if by 15 I didn't have all of that, I felt it was too late. I was feeling ashamed of myself for just starting. I thought that I needed to be the best in the world just to start on this journey. This mindset absolutely destroyed my progress. I became frustrated with my current self and anyone who was just 1 to 2% better than me. Anyone who had better clothes, better physique, and a friend group. So I ended up comparing myself so much so that I forgot to improve on my own. Ironically, wanting success so badly is what kept me stuck. It gets to the point where a normal life seems strange, and if you don't go all out, make $1 million a day, and do everything perfectly, might as well do nothing and live a miserable life. And for me, if I didn't go all out, might as well go for option 2. Part 3. Conclusions and lessons I learned. This stage of endlessly comparing myself still continues to this day, but at most, it was a 2-year period after the start of puberty until the end of 9th grade. And I learned many valuable things from this. 1. Start where you are, use what you have. Nobody is born successful. You will never start something perfectly. You'll always fail the first time you try. But remember that every people who earned the success won't always show you the years they spent grinding and failing for it. And the most important part is to start right now using what you have, because that's the only way to get to the objective. You can start with imaginary progress that you make right now. 2 is to stop comparing yourself to others. Obviously, you might think comparing yourself to others is not that harmful. It is. I've probably wasted an year of my entire life comparing myself to others, always thinking about how good are other people compared to me, instead of actually doing what needed to be done. And some people may continue this their entire life and probably waste the entire life comparing themselves to others. Please don't do the same. 3. Stop caring about what others think. The spotlight effect states that you always feel like everyone's watching and judging you. However, most people are minding their own problems and trying to get their own life together. And if they do judge and criticize, that's probably because they never even tried themselves or failed miserably and gave up. Because an athlete will never judge you for trying to work out, no matter how skinny or fat you are. Plus, why care about what all these people think about you if they don't care about what you think of them? 4. Accept the hard work. Social media always sells the lie of an overnight success, and everyone knows it's an obvious lie. But you still believe in it because it's much easier for you to think that you will get there faster, easier, and you won't have to struggle. Success is built through small, tiny, repetitive daily acts. And that's exactly why people who committed to every little repetitive, boring and hard task got so ahead in life. 5. Baby steps. Don't try to become better instantly. Try becoming better just by 1% daily. And it sounds very small, doesn't it? 1%. But think of it like this. If you improve 1% every day, you'll end up becoming 47 times better by the end of the next year. Think of it like this. A snowball rolling down a hill very slowly. It starts very small and starts very slowly. But as time goes on, it grows bigger and goes faster. And at some point, it gets so fast and so big, you can't keep up with it. That's the exponential function applied to real life, where you start extremely slow and hard, but there's a point where progress happens at an accelerated rate. 6. Don't do everything. Doing everything from business to finance to studying at once is literally like carrying a few plates full of food all at once. It's impossible. Drop a few of them. Focusing on a few specific goals is much more easier and much more achievable. For me, in school, it would be getting good grades, making a social circle, and being fit. And later on, in the vacation, it would probably be making a business. Thank you for watching this video, and if you got any value from it, please subscribe. And I know I might have said things that will already said 1,000 times on YouTube, but I don't care. I made this video so other people, including my future self, do not repeat the same mistake.